everybody, it's Alyce-Kay Ruckelshaus from Threshold of Hineni, and I think we're going to do one last thing in this journal before we make the cover and bind it, because I was looking through it and there are some pages that don't have anything, but I think that I want to leave some pages to write on, and they're perfect for that. And also it's getting kind of fat, and we still haven't added tablets and cards and stuff like that, and if it gets too fat then it becomes hard to write in, I have found on my own personal journals that I've made for myself. So I don't want to overstuff it. Of course the ephemera can always be taken out if somebody wants to, but anyway, I think it's reaching its maximum potential. So I have just two places, and I'm going to try something that I saw on a video today from Pam of Paper Outpost. She made lace covered envelopes, and she used book pages, which I'm not going to use. I'm actually going to use some paper that didn't print well. Okay, my printer needed some maintenance. I usually do maintenance on my printer every week, and I hadn't done it for a couple weeks, and so I got these little stripes, and if I cover it with lace, that's not going to show, so I'm not going to waste the paper that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a couple of envelopes. So I want to cut off my edges because the design doesn't go all the way to the edge. Sorry, I probably could have done that before having you join me. While I'm doing this, I'll just tell you, I went to Walmart today, which I don't go inside Walmart very often anymore because I do their pickup service, which I love. It's so nice. But I needed a couple things, and it was kind of weird. I felt today like I'm officially a widow. I bought a flannel nightgown. It's very pretty, but still it's flannel. And I bought a twin size electric blanket. And I need both those things because I don't have my husband in bed with me anymore. It was just a really weird feeling, but it was kind of, I could tell that I've made progress because I didn't cry in the store, and that was pretty good. So anyway, we're getting there little by little. I still miss Bill terribly, terribly much, but I do feel like maybe I'm starting to accept that I don't have him now, which is hard and sad, but necessary. So anyway, let's see if I can find the page that I want to put one of these envelopes onto. Oh, right here. I tried coloring in her eyes. If you remember from the other videos, my printer did some weird things to the angels, and some of them have like demonic looking eyes. So I tried coloring in her eyes, but that made it even worse. So I want to just cover that little part up with a small envelope. So I'm going to figure out how wide it needs to be. I don't want it to be as wide as the page. I've got some ribbon here, and I don't want it to run into where it might get caught up in the binding. So I want it to be about that wide. So I'm going to very accurately measure it there. It's really nice because it comes to one of the little lines that was created by the printer not printing right. That's going to be a cute little envelope. Okay, and so what Pam did, and I'll link her video below so that you can see how she did it, and just because I think it's, besides, wanting to give credit where credit's due, I just think it's really fun to introduce you guys to some of my favorite video people. Okay, so where's the right side of this? We want the right side down because we're going to glue this onto the fabric. And you know what? I should probably measure my other one and just glue them both at the same time, I think, right? So let's find the other page where we want to have, let me stick this in here. The other place that I wanted to have one is, oh, and I did another one of these envelopes yesterday. I also distressed the edges. I had forgotten to do that while we were doing this. So this, it flips out like I'd shown you with the other one. Flips out just so that you can write on it, and then closes up like that. Where's the other place that I wanted to do one? Oh, and then I also put in this yesterday. So it's just another flip, just one page. That's all that I did off camera. Oh, here, I was going to put one there too. Okay, so that's probably about the same width, but maybe a little bit wider. Where's my paper? Here it is. Okay, so we want it to go, I don't want to go over this. Okay, and I don't want to go all the way to the edge inside, so it's going to be about this wide right here. So we'll cut that one. You could tear it. That probably would have been better. Probably would have been straighter than my horrible cutting, but that's okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is put glue on the front of these, and then I'm going to glue them face down to this fabric, to the lace. Okay, and Pam used Fabri-Tac. I don't have Fabri-Tac. I have Crafter's Pick the Ultimate, which I really, really like. It works really well on anything, and it dries clear. She put it all the way around the edges, which I'm doing. And I kind of smushed the nozzle into it to keep it from being too thick or beady or anything like that. And then she just kind of, did a bunch of glue on the inside here. I'm going to be putting it face down on this lace, and the glue is going to go right through the lace onto the mat. So we'll see how this works. I don't know. Okay, don't want to get the little selvage edge there, so I'm going to put it right above that. In fact, it's not cut completely straight, so I'm going to have to go in a little bit here. Okay, and then I'm going to smooth it out, and we'll see how this works. Okay, and I'm going to do the other one too at the same time. And you do want to leave some space between the two pieces if you're gluing more than one, because you don't want to cut right up at the edge of the paper. You want to leave just a little bit hanging off to give it kind of that tattered feel. And she used pinking shears when she did hers. I do not have any pinking shears, so I'm just going to use regular scissors. And lace doesn't tear very well, so this is actually a stretch lace too, so I don't know, that may affect it some also. We'll see. Okay, so this may not turn out well, is kind of what I'm saying. We're just gonna see. This is going to be a great experiment. Okay, so I'm going to leave a little bit of space in between, and it won't be wasted because I will put it in my Franken paper box. Okay, so I'm going to smooth that all out. In fact, I'm going to use my little roller to really smooth that glue down. Okay, I got this roller the other day. I saw it when I was ordering some Mod Podge. I saw this roller and I thought, oh my word, that is such a great idea. I think it's made by Mod Podge. I'll try to link it below. Yeah, see, it went through to the that. Okay, so I'm going to stick this over my, no, I don't want to put it over my sewing machine. Where can I put it safely? Oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut it right now. Just cut out that section. Okay, so I don't have to deal with the whole piece of fabric. This is really an easy project. At least she made it look very easy and really cute and a great way. She was using it. She's doing a series right now on using up your book pages. But I'm thinking I have a lot of paper that didn't print well, and this is a great way to use that. Okay, see, isn't that pretty? You can see the design through it, but mostly you're seeing lace. Okay, so I'm gonna use some wipes and get rid of that glue. And hopefully it'll have a chance to dry before we need to put this back down on it. Wow, that glue is already drying. It cleans up pretty well though, even after it dries. I can tell you that because I usually don't clean my mat until after I finish a video. And so sometimes it's really dried on there, and these baby wipes work just fine to get it off. I've never had to use like alcohol or any other kind of cleaner. By the way, you guys, do any of you have any tips for how to keep dogs off your furniture? I have a big dog. I really wouldn't mind her being on the furniture so much, except that we have red clay here. And so she brings that in on herself, and it really stains everything. And I don't want my furniture all stained, but lately she's just been wanting to get up on the beds and on the couch, and I'm not in the room all the time, and so she just does it, and it's very frustrating, and I'm not really sure what to do. So if any of you have any ideas that you could share with me about how to keep animals off, that would be great. Okay, so it's not completely dry, but it's dry enough for me to go ahead and cut. I'm going to cut just a little ways away from the edge. Yeah, it's still a little sticky. I'll get it on my hands, but that's okay. So I'm going to cut just a little bit away from the edge. And if you see my arms, yes, I'm wearing my new flannel nightgown. It's nice and cozy, and it's really pretty. It has really, really pretty lace on it. You know, it's kind of, you know that you're a junk journal junkie when you buy clothes and you have in mind how you can use them in a journal when they wear out. This has gorgeous lace on the front of it. And I'm like, on my nightgown. And I'm like, okay, in a few years when it's worn out, and I'll just wear it as much as possible now, around the house and everything, to wear it out so that I can feel okay about using that lace. Not terrible. Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, so I'm just cutting. Now, if I had pinking shears, I would be cutting like basically right up along the edge, but you would just have these little jagged parts of the lace sticking out, is what she had. I'm not worrying about cutting super evenly, and you'll see why, because you kind of want it to look tattered. Look at all these nice little pieces of lace that are coming off that I can use in a Franken paper thing. I feel really strange because this journal is not going to have any belly bands. There just isn't really room for them. Okay, so that's my paper for my first envelope, and I'm probably just going to have time to do one envelope, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, so then what we do is, it's kind of a long piece, so it's going to be a tall envelope, and we're just going to fold it up like so. Make sure that I have enough room for what I'm going to fold down, which is like that. Okay, and the glue is still wet. I'm getting it all over myself. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold it right there. And I'm going to also fold where I'm going to have the flap come down. Look at you guys. I cut this super messy. I didn't even fold it right. And it still looks really fancy because of the glue with the pretty paper underneath. Isn't that great? That's just amazing. Okay, so I'm not going to put anything inside there, any paper or anything. So what I want to do is I want to just distress the part that's going to show when you open it. So come down about this far, and I'm just going to ink that. Okay, so I'm just rubbing some ink in here, not trying to do it evenly. I want it to look kind of distressed, and it's okay that like the glue comes through and kind of makes the ink darker in places. That's totally fine. Okay, and then I'm going to distress around all my edges. So I'm going to distress here, and I'm getting the lace. I'm getting ink on my lace too. Okay, I don't need to distress all the way around the inside, just the part that's going to be showing. See where the glue is and how the ink picked up on that? It's kind of almost looks coffee stained, that part. Okay, and I'm going to fold this back so that I can distress the fold. Okay, so that's going to look like that. See what I mean? It looks kind of coffee stained. It's kind of neat. Okay, and then I'm going to distress all the way around the outside edge here. Today, and I don't have them here. They're probably still in the car because when I go to Walmart, I just bring in the perishable stuff, and then the rest of the stuff I bring in, like anytime I go outside and down the steps, I go to the car and bring up a load rather than trying to bring it all up at one time. So it's probably still out there, but I found in the wedding section at Walmart, in the craft section, but with the wedding supplies, I found glue on, well, they're sticky on the back, you know, kind of like rhinestones that are stick on rhinestones, but they were stick on pearls, stick on half pearls. And I might actually add some around the edges of this, but I can do that later, and then I'll show you when I have my next video. But I was just thinking about that and wishing that I had those inside, because that would be really pretty. Make it look kind of fancy. Okay, yeah, it's still kind of sticky up here. Okay, so I might have gone ahead and done some distressing on the fabric itself, but I'm not going to because it's still sticky with glue. Okay, so then the next thing that I want to do is I just want to glue this part shut, and that's really easy. I don't go all the way down to the fold. I'm just going to go up along the side, almost all the way down to the fold, and then up to the top of this, and glue it shut. That's it for making the envelope. Okay, then you can do anything that you want to decorate it. I'm going to put a button on it, I think. Let's see what I've got here. My husband probably had some pearl buttons that I could use, but I don't think I have any in here. And I think I really want something with a little bit more contrast anyway. That might be pretty. Or maybe something shinier like that. And the nice thing about putting a button on too is that it helps to weight it. It helps to hold it down. Actually, that blue looks kind of nice. So that's another option. Yeah, I think we want something that's really a contrast. Ooh, what's that? No, that's a completely different style. Let's see here. I mean, I was thinking at first, you know, like white pearl, but I think we actually want something that's more of a contrast with it. But still very feminine looking. Not red. Okay, so I think either blue or burgundy. There's my lid. So let's hold these up here and see what looks the best. We can have blue like that, which I don't think is really the right style, or we can have this one. So I think we'll do that, and maybe we'll put a little bit of lace underneath it. We want something that big? No, probably not that big. And the other option would be, ooh, actually I like the yarn. Let's do some yarn instead. Just some messy yarn. Probably enough glue on there to hold it, but I think I'm still gonna put some glue. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, so we'll put the glue, we'll put a little bit of glue underneath the yarn, and then we'll put some glue on the button. And then that's, you know, that's really it. Oh, it helps if you open your glue. That's, you know, they should tell you that. Okay, so we'll put the yarn down, and then we'll use the button to really press it in. And the glue's going to come up through the holes of the button. It'll show for now, but once it's dry, it won't show. And that smudge that I got, the smudge of glue that I got in there, it's not going to show at all once it's dry. So that's it. Isn't that cute? I really, really like it. Okay, we can go ahead and put it in. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? And then you could put something in here if you wanted to, or you could just leave it empty for the recipient to fill. Okay, I'm going to make this into a pocket also, either from the top or from the side. I think from the top. No, let's make it from the side. We don't have too much coming out the side, so let's make it from the side. So we're going to put glue along the top and this side and the bottom. And that way it can also be a side pocket. The other thing we can do, since this is lace, is if we want to, we can also hang charms off of it. Like down here, we can always add a charm or two, or I could have added charms instead of this. I think I'm going to leave it open so that it doesn't dry itself shut. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside, let it dry this way, and I think that's it for today. I'm going to make the other envelope on my own, but you know, it's the same thing. Nothing different about it. Okay, I love you all, and I will talk to you later. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.